Alright, this is the start of round 2. We have lost the dice roll, so we're going second. And I actually don't mind this hand. We only have 2 lands, but we happen to have 4 of a kind Azorius Charms, and that can get us a long way. So, not gonna mulligan. We'll see what happens. So we're playing against another white-blue deck, so it looks like we're just gonna cycle all these Azorius Charms. We'll start out the Temple Guard in turn 1. We're not gonna pay 2 life. So this matchup can another blue-white-green. Oh, Bant hexproof maybe? We'll see. I didn't think Bant control was that popular, but I might be playing the mirror already. And he missed his second land drop. So let's go ahead and draw a card. And drew another land. Alright, so we've drawn several lands and now a Thragtusk. I'll play our Hall Fountain tap, so we're in pretty good shape. I'm just going to keep knocking off these Azorius Charms. So I don't know what's going on with our opponent. So I got the 2-lander on the play. Okay, he's definitely Bant hexproof. I'll go ahead and cycle this. We still have 2 left. I'm not too worried. So all Supreme Verdicts, like we have a pretty good Bant hexproof matchup. Yeah, Miracle this. We have another Terminus, so I'm just fine just getting rid of this one. It's kind of like bad value, but it was just going to sit in our hand for a while, so we weren't going to be able to do anything with it anyways. I'm just going to cycle them with Azorius Charm this end of turn. Excuse me. Smiter. Okay. We're going to play Thragtusk next turn, so I'm just going to draw another card. I still think it's Bant hexproof, but like, what kind of hand did he keep without, like, he must have tons of auras in his hand. With no low drops. So drew another land. I'm going to play that. Go ahead and play Thragtusk. If he just puts a bunch of auras on his guys, I won't block, and then maybe I'll just Azorius Charm it. Or we can even just like Sphinxes for 3 first, and then Azorius Charm it a turn later. I assume that's what his hand's full of, and I assume it's Bant hexproof. Like, he could be just a Bant control deck. Like, we haven't seen anything too unrealistic for a Bant control deck to play. I don't know. Honestly, I have no idea, so we'll see. Go ahead and trade here. He could have another Slosing Charm. Nope. Just wanted to trade. That's fine. Another Smiter. Okay. Drew another land. To pass the turn back. So we're just going to rev for 3. Put us in great shape. So we'll take 4 here. Puts us at 21. So could have a counterspell. I guess it's probably control. I don't know. It's alright, no counterspell, just like nothing. I'm gonna play an untap land so we can go Azorius Charm, think twice, flashback, think twice. Attack for 3. So we had another Sphinx Revelation. We have 2 think twices. We're in great shape. So he could have a Slosing Charm in the turn, but I think if he had it, he would have used it to trade off the Thragtusk or kill my Thragtusk. Let's get rid of his Smiter for a turn. Like, he did play a 4th land, so he could have had Restoration Angel there. It's a little risky. Okay, 3rd Smiter. So go ahead and think twice. And drew land. Go ahead and think twice again. Lands aren't bad. Like, we have a couple extra, like 1 or 2 more than we need right now. But I ain't worried. Another land. It means we can still get to keep casting our spells, which I'm not unhappy about. This turn we're going to play a tap land, because we can only Thragtusk and then think twice once. And we'll just say go. So I think we're going to need an Aether Lane to close out this game. But we have plenty of time. He has 7 cards in his hand, all spells presumably. But he's not applying pressure, and we're doing great at controlling the game. So I'm just going to block again. Another beast. He plays other smiter, and then we can just double block next turn. Ooh, that's a pretty good draw. It's good against our Renounce the Guilds, because he just gets rid of this, and he doesn't actually sacrifice anything real. So I guess I'll play Refuge here. And we could end a turn Supreme Verdict if we need to, or just Farseek, Supreme Verdict, or Farseek, think twice. So now we have a lot of lands, and we have the Refuge, so we don't ever have to tap on our turn, really, unless we want to. So our Renounce the Guilds are pretty dead now. The Attention Sphere is really good for him, so he's definitely like a Bant control deck. Okay, just another Smiter. Don't particularly care too much. Still has 6 cards in hand, but we have like 7 cards in his hand, way more lands in play. Go ahead and think twice. Drew a land. And we'll just go ahead and Farseek. Let's tap that for blue. And then next turn we're going to Revelation. Pretty sure, so we're out of other things we can be doing. We could do it now, so we can't counter our spells. We'll get let's get Hallowed Fountain. Just more white mana and more blue mana. It's always good. I don't think he has any counter spells. We haven't seen anything, and like he needs to play more creatures and stuff if he wants to get through damage. So I'll just wait on that. Say go. So we can rev for 8. Don't know if we need to. We could play around Syncopate if we want to. Let's take 4 here. I'm just gonna rev a little. I'll wait. I kind of don't want to do it when he has open mana. Alright, so I drew another Revelation, so that kind of goes out the window. I'm kind of just willing to fire this off. If he counters it, I can just untap and do it again. I should have end turned Farseek, though. I just kind of clicked through that and stepped a little too fast there. Actually, I'm just going to Supreme Verdict. Like, he needs to do something to apply pressure to me. And he has 8 cards in his hand. So I'm just going to get rid of this. Like, I could Terminus and try to draw out a counter spell. Okay, so I think he has a counter spell. He tapped his mana. I don't know what he's doing. I was going to draw a card first. Okay, that's fine. So his land. No 2 blue, so just going to Farseek and fire off a Revelation. I'm going to think about doing it for 2 less. I'll get a Breeding Pool here. Then put full, just so I don't get syncopated. I'm not going to do it for it's not going to be for a full rev, I think. Just do it for like 6 or so. Yeah, tap that. Alright, so we haven't played lands yet. We can play Hinterland Harbor, play Voice, and leave up Dissipate. I like that. And we have to discard in turn 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. But we drew our Aether Lane, so we can slam that next turn and then just put this game over fairly quickly. And we also drew Renounce the Guilds, which is pretty dead, like I said earlier. But we should have enough action that it shouldn't be a problem. Slesny Charm. Okay. Seems odd he didn't do that in response. He must have not thought about it. So, with the discard here, I'm just going to discard Renounce the Guilds. It's pretty useless. Like, we have to have draw 2 for it to do anything, and it's just not worth it. I'd rather just keep my lands in my hand. So I don't know why he decided to make a night token there. Like, he just must have misclicked and not did it in response. Okay, Thragtusk. So I'm actually just going to dissipate that. I don't want... He's gaining 5 life. That takes a turn off the 8th Fleeing, killing him. No reason for that. Alright, so he's not attacking. Play a Breeding Pool untapped just so I have max mana. Player Aethelene. Tap all our non-blue sources first. I'm doing this first main phase just so my elemental token can attack through his night token. And we shouldn't have a problem winning from here. Yeah, Aetheline's I love this card. It's really unfair once you get in play. I've only ever managed to kill one once, and that was with 4 removal spells. I had a... Alright, so we conceded. Let's go to sideboard. So maybe like a Prime Speaker Zagana deck. So we'll go to converted mana cost. Didn't see any counterspells out of them. Our mana deck seems actually pretty good against him. We just gotta make sure we don't get a dead Renounce the Guilds. You might want to take out some Wraths. Go down to like 4. Put in like an Aethelene. Other potentials, we can bring in like the Jaces and the Clone and the Negates. But I don't think the Negates are that good. He didn't see anything I really wanted to counter. He obviously has Sphinx of Revelations. I think I'm going to keep the 4 Wraths. I could cut down some of Zori's Charms. I think I want the Negates. I still want a couple of Zori's Charms just to cycle and to get rid of like Smiters early. Jaces seem okay, but he does have a lot of creatures, and I'm cutting Wraths, so they get a little worse. We'll just try this out. I only add 1 more card. So I could add a Cavern of Souls, Clone, or a Jaces. I think I'm going to add the Cavern. And submit that. I just don't want to miss land drops in this matchup. As you see, like just missing land drops, falling behind is not where you want to be. You just want to be in tandem with your opponent and even go ahead of him. This hand's pretty good. We got a Renounce, couple Voices, Farseek, Sphinx of Revelation, so we're not going to mulligan. Our opponent kept his 7-2. He has a Breeding Pool tapped, and we drew a Think Twice. I'll play our Temple Garden tapped. So next turn, we're just going to play Hinterland Harbor into Farseek. We drew another land, which is awesome. We're going to get a white-blue source with this. He could have a Negate here, which isn't bad. It's fine. Oh, just his Orchestra. Okay. Like, Negate seems kind of bad to negate Farseek, but it's actually huge. It's actually really awesome. I'd be really sad if I had my my Farseek negated. It just puts you behind so far. So hopefully just go Smiter. We can go Renounce and play a Voice. Yep. Drew a land, so that's even better. I was going to say, if we don't draw a land here, I might want to just think twice. But since we drew the land, it's fine. Just go Renounce into a Voice. We'll just say go. So we're doing fairly well. We can draw a couple cards off Think Twice. We have another Voice. Yeah, I'm feeling pretty comfortable. He still has 6 cards in hand. He hasn't played a land yet. That obviously doesn't mean too much. Okay, so he plays Sunpetal Grove. Let's see what he does here. 4 mana Farseek? How come he has no mana floating? That was very odd. I have no idea why. Like, usually when you tap your mana and you're not playing a spell, it just shows up here, but it didn't show up there. So we drew a Cavern. So we're going to play our Voice. Play a tapped Hallowed Fountain. And say go. Or not say go, but we're going to attack for 2. and then say go, and then have think twice up at the end of his turn. So I really like Voice Resurgence. It's kind of a shame it's so expensive and it's a mythic. The story behind it, I heard, is that originally Amelia Tandris, the guild leader for Selesnya, was going to be this card. It was going to be a 2/2 for 2 that had this ability, and it was going to be legendary and mythic. But they decided that since there wasn't enough mythics in the set to make all the guild runners mythic, they were just going to make that a different card and then make Voice, then make that its own card. So this card should really have been legendary. So that's why it seems a little bit better than it should be. So our opponent just played a land, said go. We just think twice in Azorius Charm and Farseek. So I'm attacking for 4 here. He named Beast on that. I'm gonna play Cavern. Naming Shapeshifter. Like, we have more beasts in our deck, but we just want to resolve 8th lanes. We could Farseek and then think twice, and then rev later. Or if he taps, he might tap out for a rev, and we can rev. It's kind of close. Actually, just gonna Farseek, because we haven't seen that many counter spells, and I'm fine like Farseeking and think twicing. We'll get another blue-white source. But I have to pay 2 life and just say go. So, alright, he did nothing. So it's 6 mana. Alright, so now he has a Thragtusk. Let's go ahead and think twice. That kind of stops our offenses for right now. Drew negate, which is good. Alright, so he has he played a Township second main phase, so he didn't. I think I'm just going to main phase Revelation, so we can make our land drop. If he has a negate or a syncopate, I'm not going to play around that. Because then we'll get a beast, we'll get an elemental token, and that's fine too. Alright, nothing from him. So we could double block his Thragtusk, and he'll get a beast, which we can Azorius Charm, and then we'll play more voices, and they'll be just huge, our elemental tokens. So I'm just going to do that. And we drew also a Dissipate, so we're in great shape. So he revs here for 4. He has 6 cards in hand. And we drew a land, so play a land, play a voice. That keeps open both our counter spells. Just say go. So we're doing pretty good. I'm feeling pretty happy about this situation. Really want to draw like an 8th lane here, or really anything to help finish out the game. I'm just going to think twice end the turn and not flash it back. Alright, so he named Angel on his Cavern. So I wonder if that's a Restoration Angel or Angel of Serenity, or both. Both are pretty good here. Just double block. Wait, can he Township twice? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He cannot count Township twice, so we'll go ahead and block. It's unfortunate that we can't counter his Angel, but not much we can do about that. Yep. We could have like Azorius Charm to the top if you want to, but that doesn't seem that good. That's fine. So he gets a beast, and he gets 5 life. So I'm just gonna think twice in a turn and flash it back. It's kind of risky. He might have another Restoration Angel, and I can actually counter that one, so I'm not gonna flash back to think twice. Alright, so we drew Supreme Verdict. I think go ahead and staff that off. I'll get 3 elemental tokens, and he'll be left with just a beast token. And and they're just gonna be each of mine are gonna be 3/3s. And he could have a Supreme Verdict here. Well, I'll clear off his beast. I'm gonna play my last voice to make mine 4/4s, so I can block a beast token. I'll pay 2 life so I can leave open Dissipate. Like, I don't really need to block the beast token, but I think I'd rather just draw a card off Azorius Charm. So if he doesn't have Supreme Verdict here, we're representing lots of damage. He's going to Revelation for 2. Syncopate, X equals 4. I'm actually going to let that happen. There's other things that are counter than the Syncopate. So now our elementals don't quite get through his beast token, but we still have this Azorius Charm. And like, he has double Township, but I'm not too worried about that. So like, I was thinking about playing Angel Serenities in the sideboard, and they'd be good in this matchup. But outside of that, I like how my sideboard is right now. Let's see what our opponent has. Just notice we're pretty on par for time, which is good. And it doesn't usually happen when I'm recording. I'm usually fall behind pretty quickly as I'm explaining my plays. But it's good. This matchup might actually go to time. We're only barely into the second game, pretty much. And we're already 10 minutes down a piece. So he has 5 cards in hand. He just play a land. No land drop yet. And I guess I could have added a Township before since I've added the voices. He's tapping out for something. If it's not Angel Serenity, I'm going to counter it. I can't. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He's Revelation for 4. I'll just try to negate this. He probably has a negate. You could be just playing around Syncopate. We can pay a Syncopate for 1, which is nice. Alright, so he's just playing around Syncopate. And that's great. So we can resolve our Sphinx Revelation, it seems like. Actually just gonna attack first. And if he goes a block, I'll just charm his guy. Which I can't see him not doing. Alright, so he has his own Azorius Charm, which is fine. So he's gonna block. And we'll just charm him. So it only takes 2. And we can resolve a Revelation for 5 here. Then he can do one for 6. But I think I'm okay with that, actually. I can't counter Angel. Can't counter a Thragtusk. Only thing I can counter is Rev, and I've already countered 2 of those. So, hopefully, and if he just taps out for Rev, like, we're going to untap first and just have a bunch of gas. And by gas, I mean 4 lands and a Think Twice. We still have a Think Twice in the graveyard. Alright, so yeah, see, he has like if he has a Thragtusk here, which he does apparently, we couldn't counter that anyways. So I'm just like getting my Revelation through any kind of counter magic. So now 3 cards in hand, 2 cards in hand. Is another Thragtusk? No. I don't know why I pay 2 life then. Actually gonna Think Twice main phase. See what we draw. Because like the Township's gonna oh, he's gonna be able to Township, that's what it is. And we're not playing I'll say we're not gonna play Aetherling this turn, and we drew it. So I think we're just gonna chump block his Thragtusk and then just play Aetherling and just try to get him that way. I don't need to play. I do need to play an untap land so I can Think Twice and counter. I'll just play this Refuge. So he's on Township end of turn. And then he's going to tap Township. You can double Township, so it puts his Thragtusk out of reach of me double blocking and killing. So it's just going to be a jump block. So I forgot. I totally forgot about Township. Before, I just recently added the Voice of Resurgences, so Township wouldn't be that good, too good in my deck, but it just got a lot better. So there's another Thrive Tusk. This is number 3. Okay. So we're gonna think twice before I just throw away my guy. Yep, that's the plan. Alright, saying go. So I'll just play an untapped land here, play Aetherline. So we're out of gas, but hopefully this Aetherline can do some work. It can infinitely block a Thrive Tusk, and he's on a 5-turn clock. Ugh. Definitely need to draw something before then. So we can draw draw another Revelation and just like runner Supreme Verdicts. We have 2 Supreme Verdicts left and 1 Terminus. So that Revelation was kind of blah, but we do play 26 lands, so sometimes that happens. Alright, let's see what he does. He can double Township here, so I think I'm just going to chump block again and block and blink. And then we're going to attack for lots of damage. So he has another land. He did not attack. It's very interesting. Okay, so drew a Supreme Verdict, so that's going to get rid of the Thrive Tusk, and then I'll just have to draw something to get rid of the Beast tokens. Alright, so let's make this guy unblockable. So I want to leave up Supreme Verdict and Dissipate. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright, so I can pump him fully. Or can I? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I want to leave open blue mana, I forgot about that. So I'll just do for 5. Let's blink him out of. Let's get him out of here. I can wait till his turn, actually. That seems fine. We're just gonna wait till his turn. That'll save us some damage. One, two, three, 1, 2, 3. Oh, we can't. We don't get to dissipate anything this way. But I don't think he has that much gas left. Like a Resolve Revelation will be pretty bad for us. But he might not attack this turn. We could also just block, blink, and that's not what I want to do. I'm just gonna Supreme Verdict and hope he doesn't have Revelation. I probably shouldn't have pumped. Would I have had enough mana? All right. So we can actually wait one more turn. We're just gonna chump block this turn. Actually, we don't need a chump block. We're just gonna block. He could have Celestial Charm. Will take some damage, but I'm not too worried about that. So I don't know what he's doing. So now I'm not worried about Revelation because he's just gonna tap too low for Revelation to be too big. He can still do it for 4 right now. Let's see if he townships again. And he is. Luckily he doesn't have trample, so I'm just gonna exile my guy. And I won't take any damage. So we're just gonna Supreme Verdict end of turn. With that trigger on the stack. So we don't kill our Aetherline or have to blink it again and wait till end of our turn to get it back. That'd be pretty bad. We could have left up and Dissipate. if I didn't pump it. So that's pretty good. Buys us a lot of time. And we drew a Thragtusk. Go ahead and make this unblockable. We could surprise a Thragtusk, but I don't think I want to do that. So we're just gonna pump it once. Pump it twice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. And this gives us enough to play Thragtusk, blink it once, and leave open Dissipate. And then be able to blink it again if we need to. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. We haven't even played land yet, so I'm actually going to take 2 from... I actually should have just played Sunpetal Grove there, and... Well, that still leaves me more mana to I can use the Sunpetal Grove to cast Dissipate, and then I have more mana to blink my Aetherling. So he's at 23, we're still at 30. I think we're doing okay. I didn't want to take shots because it might come down to a pretty close race, and I don't think it's worth it to take some damage. It's for no reason. So there's 3 cards in hand. I can't worry about Restoration Angel or like Angel Serenity or another Thragtusk. Those just have to happen because of the caverns. Right, so there's another land. So we can Township twice. Doesn't get him anywhere yet because I can still block the Thragtusk. Let's see what he does. So I assume he's not attacking this turn, but he probably should be attacking next turn. I think I'm just gonna leave. I could attack Thragtusk and we trade with the Beast Token, but it seems better just to leave him on a chump block duty. So we untap. Got another Supreme Verdict. This is pretty awesome. So that's definitely what we're gonna do. We're gonna Supreme Verdict again on his turn, assuming that he double townships. So this is 3 for Refuge, 1, 2, 3, 4 for Supreme, 1, 2, 3. So we're only gonna make him unblockable this turn. We're just gonna play it safe and not, because if we just stay alive, we're winning this game, and I don't want to tap too low where he can kill my Aetherling. I'm still just gonna play a tap land here. Let's say go. Oh, I meant to blink it. My bad, but it doesn't matter too much, so I'm just gonna blink on his turn and Supreme Verdict. So it doesn't matter too much. I could have like bought another turn with blocking, but I think Supreme Verdict is fine. I'm actually just gonna get rid of this now, so I don't have to worry about. So I kind of messed that up, but I don't think it'll come back to bite me because my plan is just to Supreme Verdict here. Then we get left with the Beast Token. So I'm gonna go to block and let him pump first, and then Supreme Verdict. So we'll have a Beast Token, and Aetherling will have nothing. And we still have this Dissipate. If that really, I just really want to keep it open in case he has this, when he draws another Sphinx Revelation, because I only assume that he will. Alright, so he's going to attack. Just one, like, so it'd been better to have the 8th lane. I could have bought another turn, but this is still fine. Alright. And that's all he's doing, so I guess we got Supreme Verdict then. Let's go ahead and cast our Verdict. Make sure to leave it open our blue mana as much as we can. So I kind of wish he would double Township there, but obviously it's not beneficial for him to do that. So it makes sense that he didn't. Alright, let's get back our 8th lane. do a Sun Petal Grove. Just play our Hall Fountain tapped. You could have Restoration Angel here, but I'm going to throw in my Beast just on the, like, in case he doesn't have it. +1, -1. +1, -1. I don't think he has any flash creatures. He doesn't have a refuge, so I'm not going to exile my 8th lane. +1, -1. Make sure not to tap my blue mana, and make sure not to kill my 8th lane. Alright, so he takes 11, goes to 8, which is the magic number for 8th lane. So I think we got this one, barring anything really crazy. Like, he has 2 cards still in his hand. He could have a counterspell, so he could go like Rev, counterspell, or Dissipate. And then he would have to have like a negate, or like, let's say he has Dispel. So he taps 2, 4, goes to Revelate for a ton. Psychic Spiral. He has 12 cards in his graveyard, and I actually don't care about that. So we go to 9 cards in our deck, but I can't imagine us losing. And we didn't really think twice. How many did we use? 3? Okay, so that's why. Alright, so we're able to beat like another Bant type deck on the back of our 8th lane, which did lots of work, and I'm feeling pretty good. Happy that this deck's working out, and we'll see you at the start of round 3.